in the last 2 years, I went from being a high school student that got these mediocre grades to then reliably getting 4.0 GPA semesters in the best university in the country. And so if you watch this video until the end, you're going to learn exactly how you can make your own academic comeback. And we're going to do this just by using my 3-step method of actually creating habits. And so in order to create the good habits and also eliminate the bad habits that are stopping you from actually getting the good grades, step number 1 should be to just recognize and acknowledge the reason why you're not getting good grades. I want you to ask yourself, why am I not getting good grades right now? If you want to get an A plus or a 90% or a 4.0 GPA, what's the reason why I'm not getting that right now? Is there anything stopping you? Is there any bad habit that you're doing or any good habit that you're not doing? And so, for example, me 2 years ago, when I was not getting consistent good grades in high school, the reason why I was not getting those grades is because I wouldn't try as hard as I could. I would burn out and I would just start giving up middle of the semester. I would try to find the easiest way to finish the assignments. I would study for the exam on the bus ride the morning of the test. I would literally have a 20-minute bus ride to school. I would have the test first period of the day and I would study on that bus ride. Literally the night before, I wouldn't even know anything on the test. And so I just tried winging a lot of my classes thinking that, oh yeah, I'm just a smart person. But when it comes to studying, a lot of it is not your IQ, but a certain part of it is just how hard you actually try. And so you need to identify exactly what's stopping you. I need you to actually write down a list of at least 3 bad habits that you're doing right now, and also a list of 3 good habits that you're not doing, so that you can actually learn exactly what you can do, what you can implement to get the good grades. Step number 2 is just visualizing the lifestyle that you need to get the good grades. And so if you were to think of a person who always gets good grades, like the person who goes into Harvard or something, right? Just think about their daily routine. Think about their morning routine. And so it would probably be something along the lines of waking up a bit early, maybe 6 a.m., maybe 7 a.m., and then, you know what? Getting to work straight away. Not wasting their time doing extra mundane tasks, but just getting and doing the task that actually yields the most reward. And so if your priority is to get good grades, then your routine and your lifestyle should also reflect that. You can't say I want good grades and then only put an hour a day into that goal and then expect good results. That's like the bodybuilder who skips the gym, maybe does a 20-minute workout every single day, and then doesn't even optimize their diet. Like they don't even hit their protein goal, right? And so how do they expect to become a good bodybuilder? And so in my case, when I started actually prioritizing getting good grades, what I would do is wake up early, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then just getting to work straight away. If I have a test in a week, I start studying a week ahead of the test. And I structure it so that I'm studying in the most efficient way. I'm not just reading textbook and just highlighting notes, but I'm actually doing a lot of practice exams so that I enhance my memory and I literally solve problems that might pop up on the test, word for word. What this means is going to school, going to university, and actually attending the lectures. What this means is reading the textbook that was assigned for this lecture before I go to the lecture. This means actually rewriting my notes after the lecture is done. And so that is the cost you're going to have to pay if you're trying to get better grades than everyone else. If no one else is willing to do those things, then you have to be willing to do at least some part of it to get better grades than everyone else. And then step number 3 of this process is just gamifying school, gamifying grades. And this is going to make it so addicting. Just like a video game where you're just trying to get the highest numbers, you're just trying to get the highest kills or something, right? You do the same thing with school where you're just trying to get the highest grades, and you make incentives in order to actually help you get more addicted to that process. And so basically, an example I gave the other day was like me and my friends always do this for our midterms whenever we have a similar class, is that the person who gets the lowest grade on the midterm gets food for the person who got the highest grade. And so there's an incentive to, first of all, not get the lowest grade between your friend group, but then an incentive to also get the highest grade on the midterm. And so you're just creating these incentives so that you're making the habit easy to do and difficult to not do, right? And for this, I definitely recommend reading Atomic Habits because it talks all about habit creations and it talks about how to actually make habits easy to do and difficult to not do. And so if you just implement this simple 3-step process, I'm sure that you can, first of all, become a more productive person in general, but also get good grades. And so that was it for this video. All there's left to do now is for you to actually make your academic comeback. Get to work, bro.